Hey everyone, Benz95, and I'm back with a new video. And in this one, I'm going to be showing you some recent record finds from the month of October. Um, it's a bit overdue. It's been a while, actually. I've been trying to get this video uploaded for quite some time, but I just haven't had any luck. But yeah, I got to get this done before the Christmas holidays. So yeah, I have about 9 records I'm going to show you, 7 of which I got at the record store earlier last month, and 2 of which I got from the mall. So actually, I had gotten 3 from the mall. I had gotten one recently, just a week ago. So yeah, I'm not going to try to make this long, or I'm not going to try to ramble on too much. Just going to say what I need to say. And yeah, so without further ado, let's begin the video. First record I'm going to show you is by Three Dog Night, and this is Golden Biscuits. This is a compilation released back in 1971, and this basically covers all of Three Dog Night's best songs from between 1968 through 1970. Here's the gatefold. So yeah, like I said, it essentially covers songs from the first 3 years of Three Dog Night's catalog, or at least their best songs from those 3 years. So we got One, Easy to Be Hard, Mama Told Me Not to Come, Eli's Coming, Your Song, which is a song by Elton John, Celebrate, One Man Band, Out in the Country, Nobody, Woman, Don't Make Promises, and Try a Little Tenderness, which is a song by Otis Redding. So yeah, this is a great compilation. I really like Three Dog Night. They're very underrated, and I highly recommend you check this band out if you haven't. Just really good stuff. Billy Cobham, Spectrum. Some great jazz fusion music from 1973. Considered to be his best, or at least what I consider to be, or what people consider to be his greatest work right here. And this features Tommy Bolin on guitar, who would go on to join Deep Purple the following year, or rather, in a couple years he would join Deep Purple, or at least I believe it was the following year, but he became an essential part of Deep Purple in 1975 when they released Come Taste the Band. And Jan Hammer was on keyboards, and he would go on to have success the following decade with doing the theme song for Miami Vice TV show. So yeah, and yeah, this is some really good jazz fusion, some really good music to be found on this record, so happy to have this. Some progressive rock by Camel. This is Rain Dances. Happy to have some Camel. They're really good progressive rock. And, I guess I really don't have much more to say about them except for, I guess when it comes down to progressive rock bands, maybe there's no categorizing, particular progressive rock bands, but I guess in my opinion, when it comes to the upper echelons of progressive rock bands, where I would put Camel, I would say probably within like second tier progressive rock, whereas top tier would be like, Genesis, Pink Floyd, King Crimson, Yes, those are the bands that I would consider to be in the top tier, because those are the ones that have gained the more exposure, or at least more attention. But Camel are definitely worth noting as being a band that are considered to be one of the most underrated, progressive rock bands, because I don't think they get enough attention or have gotten enough attention because they've been overshadowed by all the other progressive rock bands of that time period. But I think that's really just what I have to say. I don't really know, because progressive rock, there's a lot of bands, and you can't really put your finger on exactly what you can say about every single band. I mean, they're all great in their own way. So, but yeah, this is some really good music, and I'm happy to have some Camel on vinyl, and hoping to get some more in the future. So more by Yes. This is Going for the One. And this album, this featured the return of Rick Wakeman after his, I think it was about 4 year departure. And he came back in 1977 after the previous keyboardist that had replaced Rick Wakeman, Patrick Moraz. He was a keyboardist from Switzerland. He had come in right after the release of Tales for Topographic Oceans. Rick Wakeman, when they had toured for that album, basically he decided to leave and pursue a solo career. And so they brought in Moraz, and he basically was very different from his approach to making music with Yes was very different from Rick Wakeman. He kind of lived a bit of like a rock and roll lifestyle, whereas Yes were not so much about that. They were very much a different kind of band, or at least the members of Yes were not, all about the rock and roll lifestyle like most bands are of the time. And his approach to music was very jazz oriented, or like jazz fusion, and he wanted to take the band into that kind of direction. And Yes were not, didn't want to buy into that, so they decided to ditch him, and Rick Wakeman returned. And basically they put out this record, and it's a very, very good album. Some really good songs. There's about 5 songs on here, some really good tunes. Going for the One, Turn of the Century, Parallels, Wondrous Stories, and Awaken. And really nice artwork from Hypnosis. They just knock it out of the park every time. I love Hypnosis. Here's the triple gatefold. So yeah, it's a great find. Happy to have some more by Yes. Take care of that later. Traffic. This is a little spark of high-heeled boys. And Traffic are they're a really great band as well. Steve Winwood basically steering the wheel. He's a great artist in general. Like the work he did with Spencer Davis Group, and of course Traffic, and then the stuff he did as a solo artist. I mean, there's so many great artists in the world that can do so many great things. For example, Paul Weller. He's great when he was part of the Jam, and then part of Style Council, and then of course as a solo artist. And Todd Rundgren. He was great as part of Nas, and of course solo, and then Utopia. There are certain artists out there that really know how to make great music as a part of projects, in bands, and of course their solo career. They really know how to do great things. And Steve Winwood just has, he's just a great artist. And this album has some great tunes. It's got the, of course, the title track, which is very jazzy. Basically what Traffic are known to be, are like one of those early progressive rock bands. That's what they really were considered, a band that were kind of balancing not only just progressive rock, but also jazz rock, folk rock, and psychedelic rock. It was all in that balance. So yeah, this is just really, really good stuff. I'm happy to have some more by Traffic to add to the collection. Uh, Mahogany Rush. This is Mahogany Rush 4. Some really good Canadian rock music. And Mahogany Rush are known for being, a band that had a really good guitar player, and that was Frank Marino. And he kind of gets thrown under the bus because of the fact that he sounds a lot like Jimi Hendrix, and that's kind of the reason why this album, suffers from being, a total hit, or at least an album that really has the potential of being, truly remarkable in any particular way of saying it. But in my opinion, I think it's just it's really good stuff. It's psychedelic, hard rock, funk music to be found on record, and it doesn't really matter to me really how he kind of approaches his guitar playing, because I know a lot of people were influenced by Hendrix, and I know a lot of people, they say like this artist rips off another artist, but that's all about being, influenced by an artist, even if they sound the same or whatever, But yeah, this is some really good stuff, and the highlight of this album, the main reason why I bought this is because of the song Dragonfly, just a really, really good track. So yeah, happy to have this. Bruce Springsteen, The Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. Happy to own another record by Bruce Springsteen. Some really good stuff. To me, this record doesn't quite, it doesn't quite reach that point where he becomes truly remarkable. Well, I mean, he doesn't quite, reach that peak of, perfection quite yet. I think it doesn't quite hit that mark until I think the following album, which is, Born to Run. But I think it's still some really good, rock music, all in all. So happy to have that. Ice House, Primitive Man. And Ice House are a Australian band, Australian new wave synth pop band, and this is some really good stuff. I found this at the mall along with the next three. So this has the song "Hey Little Girl," which is a really, really good tune, and the reason why I bought this is because of that song. And yeah, it's just really good stuff, and it's a nice find. Level 42, World Machine. This is my second copy. My previous copy I had gotten a few years back does not play good, and that's why I found a much better, copy that's, not all scratched, or, well, the copy I have is not like, scratched to death, but it's like, it's just imperfect, or it's defective. So I found this one that looked, much nicer, and I just had to grab it. Features the hit song "Something About You." Also features songs like "Physical Presence" and "Leaving Me Now." Just really, really good new wave jazz funk music. They just really, really know how to make good music. Especially the one person in this band, Mark King. He's really got a unique playing style. When it comes to his approach of playing the bass, he's got the slap approach to playing the bass, and he just really knows how to make the rhythm in songs just stand out, and just kind of create something so spectacular. There's just no words to describe how incredible it is. So yeah, but happy to have some more, or happy to have another copy of this record. And the final record I just happened to have gotten, like I said last week, and that's The Who, Rarities Volume 2, 1970 to 1973. I just gave this a spin a little while ago. and this is some really good stuff. Basically, like it says, it's rarities from between 70 to 73, and these are all singles, you know, songs that didn't make it onto, you know, albums. You know, aborted Lighthouse project that was supposed to be a rock opera that was supposed to be the follow up to Tommy that never came to fruition. And basically, some of the songs were that are featured on here were, you know, basically made as singles. So you have Join Together, Don't Know Myself, Heaven and Hell, When I Was a Boy, Let's See Action, Relay, which is a really good song. I really like that one. Wasp Man, Here for More, Water, and Baby Don't Do It. You know, just some really, really good stuff, and really happy to have, you know, stumbled upon something of a hidden gem, you know, something that's worth getting if you're a Who fan. So that pretty much does it for my video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. I won't be back probably for at least another few weeks, or at least until the end of the holidays. Once I got some more records, that's when I'll be back to show you them. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.